Everybody, this is Chris with ORB Traders going over the New York 825 RTH session, Monday's action, and then setting up levels for August 26th on Tuesday. We'll also start out with just the news. So let me pull that up here. Tomorrow, a couple things coming out for prints in the morning, hour before the open, core durable goods. And then we have consumer confidence enrichment manufacturer index, medium SEV levels, 30 minutes into the open, and then an hour before open. Those are just the items I'm looking at. We can also consider an FOMC speaker. Doubtful that's going to bring a ton of volatility. And same with the other events going on here. So I'm just looking at the medium and high typically on Forex Factory. You can use whatever calendar that fits your boat. So I'm not too worried about these tomorrow. Thursday is going to be a little bit interesting with unemployment claims. Probably going to be low. I'm just taking a guess. And then core PCE. That is likely going to bring some volume in the morning. But we'll see what happens. I don't predict. We just plan and let the price tell us what we should do. So today we had a good trade. I guess depending on when you entered. First hour, 2 hours was just Chop City, really oscillating around VWAP and the Asian low. I was thinking we were gonna take those Asian lows. Sorry, the Asian lows are back here. London lows, and then go up higher. But we actually went the other way. If we look and turn on the studies, we grabbed the Asian highs. Sorry, I keep screwing this up. The London highs, and immediately rejected and went all the way down to the London lows. So it's kind of important you add those into your daily levels, in my opinion. You could just go with the overnight high, overnight open, but seeing those two areas for the London and the Asian session can help add in some targets and levels of support and resistance. Funny enough, we went back into the Friday fair value gap. That's this area here, this gray zone, tagged it, and then bounced off right before settlement. So today's action held for the first traditional orb as a long, and then we had the opening range midpoint holding support. Very tight range though, only 9. Where is this at? 9 3/4. Whereas the NQ, you had. Let me update this to the 15. Jesus. Love when Thinkorswim does that. You had, let me just put my mouse over this, 75 points of range, so a lot of volume comparison, or I shouldn't say a lot of volume, more range on the NQ than the ES. So something to consider when you're in Chop City. If you want to leave and go to the other town, jump on the NQ because they ain't messing around. All right. Anyways, so yeah, orb long. Short was not until the very end, but really nice rejection at the top. Something to consider if you're scalping and you have those draws on liquidity. A lot of times we'll draw to those and then go the other way. So let's just jump in and start doing our levels for tomorrow. One thing I just want to note though, from Friday's low to high, we tag. Let me move these London lows actually. We tagged the 38 on the fib, and we're holding this zone. I mean, the market is just opening now though, so we'll see if this holds overnight, and if it does, we may possibly go up into the negative 23s. I should actually make these greens because these are profit targets. So above us. And then we're still holding that higher time frame. Go out to the 20-day 1 hour. Let me just turn that off. We're still holding from the 1st of August to the 15th of August fib. So you can see when I go from here to here, you got those 3 levels, 38, 50, 61. That is the zone down here. Still holding that zone. And the target profits for that fib draw start at 65.70s up here. I should also make those green. I don't know why I keep on exiting out. So overall, bullish on the higher time frame. We did get some rejection though today off of the London highs. But we'll go in and now just plot our levels for tomorrow. If I can figure out what I'm doing with my mouse here. Let's go highlight the levels. All right, so gap up. We got close. We didn't actually hit that, so I'm just gonna leave that. I'm just gonna say gap up Friday to Monday. Let's take these fib levels off, and then we'll mark the Asia low and high tomorrow, along with the London. Usually I'm just using the study though. So if you go show studies, you can see these levels, and I'll just draw some levels over, do whatever you prefer. Start out with the overnight open and move that. Opened up today 64.59.25. Our high was at 64.82.75. And then our low oh my gosh, I cannot use my keyboard and mouse today. Low is 64.53.25 and then 64.53 flat. So let's go with 64.53. And I'm just going to change this to white. Maybe that's easier to see that. There you go. I'm just keeping the fair value gap from Friday when JP got on the mic. Until we clean that structure up, I'll probably just leave this sitting there. So we've got our high of Monday, low of Monday. And you can add if you want, you know, however you want to label these. And then a couple other levels I want to throw in here. Let me make sure we're far enough out. Is last week, let's see, here's Sunday, here's Monday, Friday. We're going to keep Friday's high on there because that is last week's high. Last week high. And that was set at 64.96.25. And then let's also grab last week's low. So we had a tag here. 63.62.75 over here. 63.64. So let's grab that guy. Last week low. $63.62.75. All right, last week's lows and highs, and then oh my gosh, prior day lows and prior day highs are set. We've got our fib levels for RTH draws from Friday to today. It's really just Fridays actually, extended into today's. And I'll just keep these levels in mind. If we get below prior day low, are we holding the 50? Are we holding 61? Are we breaking those? We'll just wait and see what happens. And then, of course, you got RTH all-time high, overnight all-time high above, I don't know why it says Friday pre-market. That is Friday pre-market of the 15th. So let me just put in here 8:15. Oh, I can't. Too many damn. Too many characters. And then this was set on the 13th. Okay, so we've got those levels plotted. We will see where things open up. In the morning, do the same strategy. Say we open up in the middle of Friday high and Friday low and overnight open. We plot that range. We are looking for a breaker. And then we are looking for continuation off that breaker. So this candle needs to close above, whether it's a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. I'm going to be going based off the 5 minutes. So this would be a 5 minute candle close. And then we'll watch the 5 minute candle and just time it down. 1 minute into action, how far is this up or down? 2 minutes into action, how far is it up or down? Is it looking like an up hammer? What's it looking like? Same could be said if we went the other way. So if we had a orb short, what does this candle look like? Is it red? Is it green? Is it bouncing back up? And then we're going to pair that with the VIX, and what is the VIX doing? And then also with the tick. Is the tick above or below zero? Above zero, I'm looking for longs. Below zero, I'm looking for shorts. Well, adding the layers of all the internals together. And yeah, that's the main strategy. You can look at the crash course I posted on YouTube. Now, if we do get an opening range, say it's down here, and the bottom of the opening range is within 5, even 10 points. The lower amount of points, I'm really holding off to just not get into trade if it breaks right here. I want to see this candle actually go further and close below that daily level. The same could be said if we have an opening range here close to the prior day high. I would prefer to see a break above and then the qualifier open up where that one closes, and then also clear out that gap from Friday. But a lot of times, and also first, let me just say the market internals, the ES going up and then the VIX going down at the same time is what I would want to see with a tick above zero. But if we come up and we sweep the liquidity levels, so if we grab that prior day high set on today's action, we might get a reversal back in. Similar to today, where we had a sweep on London session and we came all the way back in through and then took the lows of London. So we'll just see what happens. Just got to prepare, get your strategy figured out and your levels plotted, and let's see what price does and what price is doing. That is going to help us determine, do we get in, do we not get in? Tomorrow could be a chop day. Maybe you don't even take any trades. You don't have to trade every single day. So just see what happens and trade your plan. I think that's pretty much it for tonight. I will be on YouTube in the morning and we'll stream first few hours, looking for confirmation to break out. I don't think I'm going to be worried about that 6:30 print, although there is a print 6:30 and then there is a print at 8. These are probably going to be pretty low in my opinion, so I'll just mark these here. So maybe we're going to be looking to take it, say we have an opening range set here or wherever it gets set, probably looking to take a trade after, and you might just get chopped. Today was a lot of chop until we finally broke. So we'll see what the overnight action does, and watch the internals. And if we do break above the gap from Friday and Monday, we might try to retrace back up to the highs that were already set and make new highs. Just be mindful of the round whole numbers, $100 increments, $50 increments. A lot of psychological levels where people are looking to take advantage of people going long, and there's going to be potentially reversals. Once you cross key levels, You know, it's not just a matter of, oh, we cross this, now we can only go up. Well, we can certainly cross this, fail, and go back down, just like we saw today, where we crossed the London barely, and then, sorry, London high barely, and then broke back down. So that's all I got for today. I'll post this in the Discord, and it's going to be a link on to YouTube because 500 megs is too big for good old Discord. All right, take care.